Hope this guy slows down. Jeez, he was going so fast. And he's holding his cell phone also. Imagine that, you're speeding along the bus lane. You got one hand on the wheel, one hand holding your cell phone. My goodness. Anyway, they're asking for the license and registration now. That van nearly managed to sneak through.
Meron ako talaga napaka-importanting meeting, sir. Pakiusap ko lang, sir. Pa-escort na lang. Talagang napaka-importanting meeting.
So far, the driver is unwilling to hand over his license. And amazingly, the passenger is asking Addict if they can use their patrol vehicle to escort them to a hotel because he has an important meeting. Anyway, the driver's now handed over his license. I heard the passenger apologize to the driver, probably because, well, maybe he requested the driver to go in the bus lane and obviously now he's been apprehended. The passenger started talking to me, so just out of curiosity, I asked him, what's the meeting? Is it private? Is it government? He said it's private, and I understand he's stressed because obviously he needs a client, he needs to earn, he needs to feed his family, everything like that. But I actually said to him, why don't you book an angkas, right? Traffic's heavy, book a motorcycle taxi, suck it up, absorb the sun, absorb the rain, and get your meeting on time. Good morning, everyone. We are back on the EDSA Busway with Addict, where they're apprehending vehicles that are using the bus lane. A lot of drivers would introduce themselves and say, I'm working with a certain government unit or for a certain government unit. Actually, they're contractors or subcontractors, so they're still private persons. They're still using private vehicles, and even if they put a placard in their window, they're still going to be apprehended for a bus lane violation. And you'll see that Addict do have HPG with them today. They are a component of Addict, so that would just help to deter anyone that might be thinking of causing problems. Although even the Coast Guard are permitted to openly carry their weapons. And the enforcer's also flagging down that one. It's a private plate. The bus lane really attracts nice vehicles, right? Look at that. Very nice vehicle, but the busway is not a express fast lane or a VIP lane or anything like that. It's really for buses and I guess emergency vehicles, obviously. There have actually been a lot of people who keep asking Addict, MMDA, please do more apprehensions in the bus lane. Because they get frustrated, they're doing the right thing, using the regular lanes, and then they see a high-end vehicle fly past them in the bus lane with their hazard lights on. Both of these vehicles appear to have private plates, so obviously they're going to be issued tickets. This one seems to be a little bit hesitant to hand over their license, but I think they will. They don't really have a choice. It's like Tetris, they have to try and find a way to squeeze all these cars in here while they're being ticketed. I know it's going to sound so repetitive, but such nice vehicles in the bus lane. This is another common thing you'll see. People tailgating ambulances, police cars, and the enforcers in the bus lane, sometimes they'll think, oh, that car is following the ambulance because it's an emergency, life or death situation. So this vehicle has a black and white plate, no markings at all, but allegedly the driver told them it's a government vehicle, except he can't show the registration. That would really clarify whether it's a private vehicle or not. And I know you might say, shouldn't you have a red plate? Nope, because some government vehicles now have black and white plates. You'll see the enforcer is writing out a ticket to this one. They had a little bit of a standoff for a while because the driver didn't want to give his license. He said he's picking up the son of a VIP, but still issuing a ticket. Marked emergency vehicles like this are obviously allowed in the bus lane. I can see blinkers on that vehicle, but I cannot see if it's a government vehicle. Sometimes people watch my videos and they say, oh, it's so obvious. Yeah, but you have to remember, I'm looking at a tiny little camera screen. There you go, it looks like a black and white private plate. I had to kick one out to make room for another, and I can see the blinkers in the windscreen. They're not turned on though. I'm sure someone will call me out and say, how do you know they're a blinker? They're not turned on. Okay, fine. Hopefully these drivers will be just as cooperative and just hand their license and registration without a complaint.